So I know I just made a video, and at this point it's just probably uploading, but I decided I want to make another story time, just cause. But this story time is about the time me and my friends got trailed by somebody. We don't know who, but we got trailed by somebody. So basically what you need to know is right around the time that this took place, it was the Pokemon Go days. Now, if you were alive during the Pokemon Go days, you know that that game pretty much took over the planet. So, like, every weekend when we didn't have school, my friends would just call me up, be like, hey, wanna play Pokemon Go? And, of course, I was like, yeah. So, one weekend, it was like any other weekend, so I go to my friend's house, and my other friend is there, and we're like, alright, let's go. So before, we like hung out at his house, and we were chilling, and then he was like, you guys ready? And we went out. So we start walking around, because like I mentioned in my last video, we're just now like able to legally like drive. So back then we weren't driving, we couldn't do anything really, so we were just walking around, and we're beside this road, and there's this van. I know it's stereotypical, but there's this van, and as soon as he gets close to us, he just speeds off. Like, he just took off. We thought that was weird, but we didn't think much of it. We weren't trying to like judge anybody, so we continue on. And after that, we turn around and we start heading back to my friend's house because it was getting dark or whatever. And this is where I make a couple assumptions, but after I do some explanation, it'll make sense. So we are walking around, we're walking back, and we see the street in front of us. We see this van again. It's driving parallel, no, it's driving perpendicular to the way we were walking. So the street that we were on, the street he was driving on was parallel. So he like drives in front of us, and he keeps going. Like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, it's getting a little suspicious at this point. So we kind of speed up, and we start jogging, and we're like getting close to our friend's house. We're like, okay, we're in the clear. Now, we see the car again. He is again driving in front of us. Now, you might just be like, you're ridiculous, you're making this assumption. He's just probably a guy minding his own business, or a girl minding her own business. And I would understand that. But the direction he was driving, there would be no reason for him to have, after the first time he drove in front of us, there would be no reason for him to drive in front of us a second time. Just because of the direction didn't make any sense. Like, there would be no reason for him to drive in front of us the first time, and then we see him drive in front of us again, because the way he was going, he wouldn't have had to make those turns, which is why we assume that he was chasing us. Now, that's a bold statement to make, but that's one of the only ones that makes sense. Now, we could just be mistaking this as a guy who was lost, but I've seen this vehicle in the area a lot. This is not somebody new to the town. This person lives in this town, and they know their way around. And I feel like he was searching for us, because after the first time he saw us, he sped up, and then we see him multiple times, and the way he was traveling didn't make sense. We just kind of assume, he was like looking for us. So yeah, that was the story time. This wasn't as good as the last one in my opinion, but I decided to make it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.